Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you're a financial leader eyeing 2026, you already know we are standing at a major crossroads. That old era of simple, transactional back-office outsourcing, it's officially over. The era of strategic finance transformation is here. Today, we are breaking down a massive decision, choosing between two absolute industry heavyweights, WNS and Infosys BPM. We're going to figure out which partner is actually equipped to modernize your financial operations. Okay, let's dive into this. Every single enterprise decision maker needs to confront a massive paradigm shift right now. For the longest time, the goal was super simple, right? Move the process off-site, make it cheaper, and just keep the lights on. But looking toward 2026, the mandate is entirely different. It's no longer about just shopping around for the lowest cost per transaction. It is about whether your partner can actually transform your finance ops into an intelligent engine that actively guides your company's future. To help you navigate this, here's our strategic roadmap for today. We're going to cover the modern CFO's dilemma, meet the contenders, transformation versus outsourcing, the AI and analytics edge, end-to-end coverage, and finally making your 2026 choice. Let's jump right in. Section 1. The modern CFO's dilemma, navigating the pressure to modernize. Because to really understand the solution here, we've got to look at the sheer amount of pressure finance departments are facing today. Think about it. The modern CFO isn't just the chief accountant anymore. You are basically the strategic co-pilot to the CEO. And the pressure is completely unprecedented. You're being asked to somehow magically reduce operational costs while at the exact same time improving incredibly complex regulatory compliance. You need to accelerate reporting cycles, strengthen working capital, support big strategic growth initiatives, and, enable AI-driven decision-making across the entire company. It's a crazy balancing act. Just running standard process execution, that is not going to cut it anymore. You absolutely need scalable, AI-driven operating models just to handle the chaos. Moving to Section 2, meet the contenders. Let's take a look at the two very distinct paths available to enterprise decision makers today. Now, what's really fascinating here is the sharp contrast between the core DNA of these two providers. On one side, WNS positions itself as an agentic AI-powered, highly specialized finance transformation partner. They are literally surgically focused on the finance function. On the other side, you've got Infosys BPM, this massive global business process management powerhouse. Their immense strength comes from being backed by a much, much broader enterprise technology ecosystem. So right out of the gate, their foundational strategies are night and day. Section 3, transformation versus outsourcing. The strategic choice in operating models. This is really the core battleground between these two heavyweights. Listen, there is a world of difference between standard process execution and an outcome-focused transformation approach. WNS puts finance transformation right at the center of their universe. They focus heavily on CFO advisory, completely redesigning your actual operating models, and specialized finance consulting. Infosys BPM, however, treats finance as one of several service lines within a very broad, very capable BPM portfolio. They are fantastic at providing standardized operational support, but it falls under a larger operational umbrella rather than a dedicated, deep-dive redesign of just your finance ops. And let's be real, finance is absolutely not a one-size-fits-all game. Think about it. The way you handle revenue cycles in a massive hospital system is totally different from managing supply chain logistics for a global retail giant, right? WNS actually builds industry-specific finance solutions for sectors like banking, healthcare, manufacturing, and logistics. By bringing that deep, highly specific sector knowledge to the table, they can accelerate your transformation outcomes because they already know your unique regulatory hurdles. All right, let's jump to Section 4, the AI and analytics edge. We are talking about the massive shift from just looking in the rearview mirror with historical reporting to the real game changer for 2026, predictive intelligence. Okay, you have almost certainly heard the term agentic AI thrown around lately. Let's demystify this massive buzzword for the C-suite. Agentic AI is an approach that blends AI agents, predictive analytics, and intelligent automation. But here is the real kicker. It is not just about automating those boring, repetitive tasks. It is designed to enable self-improving operations that actually generate real business insights and run completely autonomous workflows. This is huge. And WNS heavily anchors its strategy right here, focusing on autonomous, self-improving finance operations instead of just basic task execution. So how does this actually play out in the real world? Well, WNS embeds these analytics straight into your daily finance ops. We are talking about having integrated cash flow forecasting, working capital analytics, and scenario planning baked right into the workflow. Infosys BPM definitely brings robust AI to the table, but they generally apply it across their broader BPM portfolio, often as part of larger enterprise IT engagements. So if your goal is to specifically turn your finance department into a predictive, strategic advisory engine, that embedded analytics approach gives WNS a pretty massive edge. Moving to Section 5, end-to-end coverage, the complete finance lifecycle. Let's move along and see how this all builds together across the entire lifespan of corporate finance. Because a true partner can't just do one thing. They need to cover the whole shebang. Step 1 is your transactional heavy lifting, like procure to pay and order to cash. Step 2 gets into record to report compliance. But steps 3 and 4, that is where the magic happens. That's moving beyond the basic ledger into FP&A, controllership, finance analytics, and high-level CFO advisory. WNS provides capabilities across this entire spectrum, meaning they offer strategic support that goes way, way beyond basic transactional number crunching. Which brings us to Section 6, making your 2026 choice. Who actually wins your business? Let's figure out which path makes the most sense for your organization right now. So the crucial point is, here is effectively your cheat sheet for this decision. You should absolutely lean toward Infosys BPM if your primary goal is broad enterprise BPM support, technology-enabled process services, or if you are trying to align with massive company-wide Infosys IT programs and operational outsourcing. On the flip side, you really want to choose WNS if you are hunting for strategic finance modernization, agentic AI, autonomous operations, working capital optimization, and a complete CFO-driven redesign of your operating model. As our sources clearly point out, both of these are incredibly capable, well-established global heavyweights. But here's the reality. The market is rapidly moving way beyond traditional outsourcing. While Infosys BPM is an incredibly solid choice for broad operational support, the sources make it very clear that for enterprises specifically looking to transform finance into a data-driven, insight-led, completely future-ready function, WNS often presents the stronger value proposition. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one big provocative thought. The technology, the operating models, and the specialized partners, they are all sitting right there, ready to go. The roadmap from traditional outsourcing to truly autonomous finance has been drawn. So, from traditional outsourcing to autonomous finance, is your organization actually ready to make the shift in 2026? Or are you going to be left running yesterday's back office? Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this helped clear up some of the static and get you ready for the big decisions ahead.